we are able to use industry data to benchmark this and decide when should we be buying more, when should we be holding off.
What they have.
So it's long-term planning and it
Mhm.
really touches into everything, especially with now managing expiration dates for short shelf life items. It's been
Hmm.
transformative for us in that way for sure.
Yes, exactly. And you need also to have all these scenarios for various situations in logistic management. Do I use train? Do I use, I don't know, air freight? Is it more important to use air freight, although it's 5 times more cost, yeah, more expensive, but probably it gives me availability on the of the product. How are you, from your experience in the at Descartes? How do you balance the data, automation, and real-time visibility?
Yeah. I think for us, the major theme in last mile transformation right now truly is all about visibility, right? And
Mhm.
visibility at several different levels. Where's my order? How are my drivers doing? How are my vehicles doing? How is my business doing, right? And if you think about the customer expectation, they're starting to really expect information about accurate time windows, super near real time live updates, right? And of course, proactive communication. If there's an accident on the freeway and you're going to be 15 minutes late, I need and want to know that because there's a lot of, again, ripple effects through their
Mhm.
daily operations. But if you balance that, at the very same time, logistics leaders really need a clear view of both fleet performance, driver activity, and driver safety, I would even say. Where are the bottlenecks within the entire process? And of course, where are these exceptions that kind of get thrown out in the network as well? So if you can connect AI to high quality real time data, that's where that difference is so significant. And if you think about the data we're trying to connect today, it's vehicle telematics, whether it's driver and vehicle behavior or cameras, warehouse systems, customer order data, let's see, inventory platforms, information coming in from mobile driver workflows in the field, and of course, how well a route has performed historically, and even historical order volume, right? And then I would dare to say there's another data layer in there right now that becomes important when we're talking about reducing cost, and that's going to be safety and how safety parlays into things because you can drive down transportation costs, but you can also drive down insurance costs as well. But when all these systems work, together, it takes all these fragmented processes and unites them, right? So now I
Mhm.
can start to actually report both internally and externally on what's my on time performance, on
Mhm.
time in full,
Well, yeah.
what's the actual cost per delivery? So I know, is that customer really generating profit for me?
Mhm.
Or do I need to do some consolidation, and look at delivering one day a week instead of two? Driver productivity. Today, we always have a challenge with drivers, which is either they're too overloaded or they don't have enough work. And that's because our data isn't accurate, right? So using AI to understand those service times, and then it ripples down again to like fuel, insurance costs, service reliability, a lot of different pieces there. Um, I think you're going to see the strongest use cases when you combine, like I was talking about before, all this automation with the human judgment, because AI
Mhm.
can make those surface decisions and recommend some actions, but your logistics team really has to dig in sometimes.